Hello children, welcome to our English period. Children, do you know what you mean by poetry? Yes, poetry is a form of expression. Poetry is a type of literature of words and rhythm. Do you know that poetry helps in language development, creative language skills, creativity, writing skills, self expression, and in the development of natural rhythms? Okay, that's why poetry is very important for you children. Poetry, poetry allows you to play with language and sentence structure. This creativity teaches children to experiment with language and to find new ways to communicate. Okay, children? And the best types of poetry for children are fun, humorous, imaginative, creative, and stimulating. Now, stimulating means encouraging. The poems which arouse interest in you. Okay, children? Now you must be thinking that why madam is talking about poetry, about poems. Yes, because today again we are starting with our unit 2 and unit 2 is starting with a poem. So before starting the poem, let us see today's quote. Now, today's quote say that don't worry about what to wear today. Your smile goes with any clothes. Okay, children, don't worry about what to wear today because your smile goes with any clothes. Okay, now when you smile, when you're happy, so what to do? What to do to get happy? Wear clothes that make you feel happy. Wear clothes that make you feel happy. So when you're happy, automatically there will be a beautiful smile on your face, right children? So keeping that beautiful smile on your face, you open your textbook, page number 23, chapter number 2.1, that is the clothesline. Okay, and the poem is written by Charlotte Druth Cole. Okay, page number 23. Come on, open. The first let us recite the poem. Shall we start? Yes. Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and to and fro. Flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Like restive horses they caper and prance, like fairy tale witches they wildly dance. Rounded in front but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then, leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, and no one can find her. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket, I know. Okay, children, so this is the beautiful poem. Now, let us start with the poem. Now, children, in this poem, the poet is Charlotte Druth Cole. Okay, now, children, little is known about Charlotte Druth Cole. Her work appeared in a number of poetry anthologies for children in the year 1920s and 1930s. Now, anthologies means published collection of poems or another piece of writing. Nothing much I got about this poetess. Okay, children. So, only this much thing I got. So, now let us start with the poem. Now, what is given, what the poetess is saying that here in this poem, the poetess Charlotte Druth Cole has described the clothes on the clothesline, swaying and fluttering in merry March wind. Swaying means moving slowly, and fluttering means flying with flapping movements. Okay, like flapping movements like birds in merry March, in happy March wind. Or she wants to tell us about the clothes flapping and blowing on the clothesline on a windy day. She mentions about her handkerchief which left the pegs, the pins, gleaming like a sail in the sun. Gleaming means shining like a sail in the sun, and no one could find her. The poetess compares the clothes to restive horses. Restive means restless horses, that caper and prance. Fairy tale witches which wildly dance and walk with high springy steps. Okay, children. So this is in short. I have told you about what is given in this poem. Now let us start the poem stanza wise. Okay. Now see, first of all, you just see the clothesline and the clothes hanged on it. Now see the clothesline. Now see the pegs used to hold the clothes on the clothesline. Okay, children, got clothesline? Yes. See the pegs. Okay, pegs means the pins which are used to hold the clothes on the clothesline. Now let us start. Now, what is given in the first stanza? Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither and to and fro. Flip, flap, flop and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. So here the poetess is saying, is talking about the clothes hanging on the clothesline. To her, means to the poetess, they look as if they are holding hands. Who looks? The clothes appears to be holding hands, standing in a row and dancing merrily. She compares them to the white birds, fluttering birds that fly in the sky. Okay, so that's why the poetess is saying, hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither. Hither and thither means, it is a phrase here, means quickly in many different directions it is moving. And to and fro, again to and fro means back and forth. Flip, flap, flop. Now here flip, flap, flop is used to show the noise made by clothes while moving in wind on a clothesline. Okay, children, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. Now here fluttering creatures means flying, the moving quickly, the creatures, the flying creatures which are flying unsteadily, which are moving quickly. Okay, so that's why the poetess compared them to the white birds that are flying in the sky. It is fluttering creatures. Okay, flying unsteadily creatures. Okay, now we will move to second stanza. Like restive horses they caper and prance, like fairy tale witches they wildly dance. Rounded in front but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. Now in this stanza, what the poetess want to tell us, that here she compares the clothes hanging on the clothesline to restless horses, that is restive horses. They are leaping and galloping with, who are leaping? The horses, leaping and galloping with happiness. As the clothes flutter, means as the clothes are flying unsteadily, that is fluttering on the clothesline, they form a bowl-like shape. Okay, a bowl-like shape that is round at the edges and hollow in the center. While flowing, the clothes are making this kind of shape. What? Bowl-like shape that is round at the edges and hollow in the center. The poetess also feels that the clothes are shivering and skipping in the wind. What? The clothes are shivering, okay, and skipping in the wind. That is very happy during the month of March. Okay, that's what the poetess is saying. Like restive horses, they caper and prance. Now, restive means restless horses. They caper and prance. Caper means to leap or skip or dance about in a lively, playful manner. And prance means to move with high, springy steps. Okay, to move with full of energy. Okay, to quick walk with full of energy. That is called springy steps. Okay, now who is doing all this? Horses. Next, the poetess is comparing the clothes with fairy tale witches. They wildly dance. What poetess is saying? Like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Now you know the witches. Witches are the evil woman with magic powers. Okay, depicted as wearing black cloak and pointed hat and flying on a broomstick. We have seen the witches in your stories. Yes, now the like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Who are dancing? The clothes. Rounded in front but hollow behind, like I told you, like a bowl. Okay, rounded in front and hollow behind. They shiver and skip in the merry March wind. They shiver means they are shaking with excitement, and they are skipping. Skipping means moving lightly in the merry, happy March wind. I'm happy in the month of March. Clear? So this is given on in the second stanza. Okay, children? Okay, now we will move to third stanza. What is given in third stanza? One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then, leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, and no one can find her. Here, what the poetess wants to tell us, without specifically stating, the poetess says that once she saw someone dance excitedly and with great struggle, she freed herself. Okay, who? She freed herself. Then, leaving the pegs and clothesline, she flew like a bird. Now, here, who flew like a bird? Clothes. Then, leaving the pegs, the pins, and the clothesline, she flew like a bird. The clothes flew like a bird so far that no one was able to follow her, and now no one can find her. Okay, what poetess is saying? One I saw excitedly, okay, one she saw excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Who was struggling? Clothes were struggling so wildly till she was free, till she was able to free herself. Then leaving the pegs and clothesline behind her, leaving that pins which we are using to hold the clothes on the clothesline, thus leaving the pegs and the clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, free like a bird, and no one can find her. Okay, she flew away and no one could find her. Now we will move to fourth stanza. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. Now here what poetess is saying? Now the poetess is continuing her suspense. Okay, the suspense that the poetess compares that someone to a shining sail. Okay, now children, what do you mean by sail? Now see, this is sail. Now see, sail means a piece of cloth attached to the mast of a boat to catch the wind and propel it. Propel it means push something forward. So this cloth is called the sail. Understood sail? So I have shown this picture to you to make it clear to you what you mean by sail. Okay children, a piece of cloth attached to the mast of a boat. You can also see the mast here, mast of a boat to catch the wind and to push it forward. Okay, now we will come back to our stanza. Okay, now I saw her gleam like a sail, I saw her shine like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she can now be. Okay, nobody knows where she can now be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. Okay, now what poetess is saying? The poetess tells us that she was flipping. Who was flipping? Cloth. Clothes were flipping, flapping and flopping away with happiness. She flew away so fast that nobody knows where she went and where she could be. Nobody knows where she went and now where she could be. Thinking of the worst that could happen, the poetess wonders whether she is hiding in a ditch. Who is hiding? The clothes. The hiding in a ditch. Ditch means a narrow channel, children, or may have drowned in the sea. Okay, I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she can now be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. So at last, poetess, what she wants to tell us, last two lines we will see now. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket, I know. So in the last stanza, the poetess wants to tell us that she was talking about her handkerchief. So at last the poet reveals that this whatever she said till now, it was about her handkerchief. Okay, that cloth was her handkerchief that flew away not very long ago. Okay, she is sure that it will not come back to her and it is lost forever. Okay, that's why the poetess wants to tell us that at last she is revealing that It was her handkerchief which flew away, and she is sure that it will not come back again. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket. I know. So, children, the poetess begins the poem with the happy note of clothes dancing on the clothesline, but she ends it with the sad note of her handkerchief flying away, that is leaving her and never coming back again. Okay, so this is the poem starting with happy note and ending with a sad note, written by Charlotte Drude Cole. Okay.